Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be different. Y'all know normally on my channel I'm doing vlogs. Sometimes I might throw in a haul, and today I am throwing in what you need to know about braces before you decide to go ahead and go on this journey. So I'm going to go ahead and just walk you all through the whole process and the steps that I took, the cost and everything like that, so y'all can know and be aware of what you're in for when you know, think about getting braces. So if you're interested in a video like this, make sure you watch the rest of the video, and also make sure that you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you let me know about your experience with braces and how everything went for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the process and what initially made me go ahead and look into getting braces. So braces is something that I've been talking about for a while now, and if you were in my media circle, you probably know that, or even following me on Instagram. Make sure y'all do that, even though my page is deactivated right now. I always talked about possibly getting braces, looking into getting braces, you know, etc., etc. I've had a gap in my teeth for going on 30 years now, but I've always felt beautiful. I always felt confident. So that was never the driving force of me getting braces. My confidence was always top tier. Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with it, but just in case for you that it has, and that's totally fine. We're allowed to fix whatever we do not like on ourselves, so don't even worry about that, okay? So what happened was I started noticing over the years that my gap, I believe at the top, started to get bigger. I'm gonna show some photos where you can see me like as younger, how my gap was, and then like as now, like right now, how my gap is right now. So as I got older, my gap kind of spread. And although, like I said, that never bothered me, I'm thinking now, I'm almost gonna be 30, that this is what is gonna keep happening. So you know, it took me a while, but I finally went ahead with the process to move forward and look into getting braces. So one thing that I realized first was that I had to get some things corrected with my teeth before getting braces. So what that looked like was going to my dentist and looking at my mouth, getting like, you know, checking out what's going on, if I had cavities, therefore I needed fill-ins, or if let's say for instance I needed the crown or anything like that, or a teeth pulled, anything of that nature. So that was kind of like the first steps, going to my dentist and letting them know when they walk in. Normally they'll ask you, why are you here? It'll say either on the paperwork that you're filling out, or even when your dentist comes into the office, why are you here? What would you like to do? What would you like to work on? And I let them know that I am interested in getting, I actually started with Invisalign. I've always been open to braces, but Invisalign actually was my first go-to. And as my dentist did his exam on me and everything like that, he let me know that he feels like I'll be a better candidate for braces, and I'll go into that later. But he also let me know that, you know, I needed a crown and all of these things done as well, and not really all of those things done. I do need other things done, but right now it was more so of a crown. So he recommended me to an orthodontist. So I think it's really good to go with somebody that your dentist recommends. That means that he's probably sent somebody to them multiple times before, and you know, it's just a good connection I have between a dentist and your orthodontist. So he recommended me to my orthodontist, and what I did was I just went ahead and called the orthodontist that he recommended, scheduled an appointment, etc., etc. And my orthodontist even recommended braces. Now, the reason why my orthodontist and my dentist recommended braces was because they felt as though Invisalign is something that you as a person have to keep up with, right? So that means that with the Invisalign, you get trays, and every month or so, your trays needs to be switched out. And you need to make sure that you're wearing your trays. I believe it's almost like 23 hours a day. I could be wrong about that, but it's something definitely up to that standard. And the thing about Invisalign is you're in control of what you want to feel. So in my mind, the way I looked at it is like, come on, I'm expecting like so much pain, so much uncomfortableness that I don't know if I can deliberately take my Invisalign and put them in my mouth knowing that I'm going to be in pain once I do this. So my orthodontist let me know that as well, like, hey, you know, if you don't think that you're going to be able to keep up with that, I recommend braces for you. And that is what I went with, and that is the reason why. Know yourself. Okay, that's the biggest thing to do as well during this process, is to know yourself. Know what you're capable of doing, know what you're not capable of doing, and what you're capable of to keep it up with, because baby. Okay, but anyway, so that is what happened. Now, after my orthodontist appointment, she did let me know that I first needed to get a crown on my tooth, and then I'll be able to come back once I get the crown done. So the crown actually took about 2 weeks to come back into my dentist's office. So that is kind of what happened in that process. And then let's talk a little bit about insurance. So I have insurance through my job, and with my insurance, of course, they cover certain procedures and all of that throughout the year. So my crown was free. I got one free crown once a year, and that was free. So I didn't have to come out any pockets to get my crown. So that was amazing. Now, after I received my crown, I feel like it was taking forever. I was so thirsty to get the braces. I wanted them before the new year. I was like, look, I need these braces now. I want them now. And I was calling my dentist. I was like, hey, did you get it? Did you get it? And it was like, look, girl, we are going to call you when we get at it. We don't got it right now. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, you know. But either way, that is how it happened. Or after I scheduled the appointment with my orthodontist, I was able to come in, you know, do an evaluation. Like I said, take all my photos. They took different sets of photos. One was on a machine where you held, you know, something and you stood there, put your mouth up on it, and it rotated around your head. If you've been to the dentist office, they have one like that there too, and they have one at the orthodontist. So that was the first set of pictures that I took with my orthodontist. Now it comes time for my orthodontist, and to see how they cover, what my insurance plan will cover for them. When I did my orthodontist evaluation, they let me know that it was a $500 deposit to schedule my date. So I paid the $500 deposit with my HFA card, and if you work for a company that's pretty big, I work for a bank that's pretty big, and they normally have these different type of programs to where you can get payments taken out of your check every time you get paid, in order to, in the beginning of the year, have a certain amount that you can use for medical expenses. So I normally do about $1,600 every year for my HFA card. So when I need contacts, I use that card to pay for it. Whatever my insurance doesn't cover, same for my dentist work. If I need anything done to my teeth, I'll use that card, and so forth and so on. So I paid $500 deposit using my HFA card so I can schedule the date. So once the date was scheduled and everything like that, of course, during the same period, they let me know how much everything would cost and what I was looking to pay versus what my insurance was looking to pay. Right now, my remaining balance is $2,810. And my monthly installments are $137 a month. So, and my treatment is for 2 years. So if you can see with my braces right now, if I smile, I have the top done, but I do not have the bottom done right now. My bottoms will not be on until January 19th, so sometime next week. And well, not next week, but 2 weeks from now, I'm guessing that is when I'm going to get the bottoms on, which kind of shocked me while I was at the appointment getting my tops done, because when they didn't do the bottoms, I was just like, what's going on? Why don't I have the bottoms done? And they let me know that's because that is a part of the process, how they like to do it, which is like you get used to having the tops in first, and then you go back and you get the bottom. Now, one thing I can say is about the bottom is that I have spaces in my bottom teeth, but they are not as big. Well, they're not bigger than the gap that I have at the top of my mouth. And to be honest, that's kind of like the biggest gap in my teeth is at the top. Everything at the bottom, there are gaps between my bottom teeth, but you know, so I will be going back in about 2 weeks to get the bottoms, and it was basically for comfort so I can get used to the top row and then get the bottoms and then adjust to those, which looking back, I am so happy that they did it that way, because I thought I knew that I wanted both of them on at the same time, and no, I'm happy I got the tops first. So going into we talked about the process, insurance, talked about any issues with your teeth, and I want to let you know this too before we jump into how I feel about braces and what I've learned, and you know, the pain and all this. I just want to say that when it comes to teeth issues, it was multiple places that wanted me, as far as a dentist, when I was back in Chicago, wanted me to get fillings and this and this and this and all of these things done before I got my Invisalign. Now that could still possibly be the process for Invisalign. They wanted me to get fillings and all of this done so they can have the correct bite for when they, I guess, gave me the tray that's, you know, supposed to fit my teeth. And to be honest, you know, if that's how it goes, that's how it goes, that's fine. But that does cost more to get all of that work done and then turn around and have to make a deposit for my Invisalign. And I actually did put down a deposit for my Invisalign, which was $1,000. So I end up getting that money back, of course. But that's, if you want to go Invisalign, that is how it went. It was about $1,000 deposit, and they wanted you to get everything fixed in your mouth before you could even have the, you know, the Invisalign with the bite and all of that, which, like I said, is gonna overall cost you more, because your insurance is only going to be able to cover so much of what you have to get done and get fixed. And then on top of that, I feel like dentist offices be dragging it. They be dragging appointments. They be trying to do teeth cleanings in the between. No. Y'all, make sure y'all speak up to these dentists and let them know what you are here to do. When we first talked, I let y'all know I wanted braces. That is my goal. That is what I'm in here for. I'm in here to get braces. So get me whatever I need to do to get braces and nothing else. All I needed to do to get my braces was get my all I needed to do was get my crown. That's all I needed to do to get my braces on, right? So I just don't understand, okay, why they were trying to do fill-ins and all of this and all of that. I don't need that right now. I don't need that right now. I need my crown so I can get the braces. Now, I don't know, it may be some method to their madness, but for me, give me what I need so I can get what I want. That's it, that's all. But moving forward. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Do not let these dentist office tell you what they're going to do with you. You tell them what you want in the order that you want it in, okay? But anyway, let's keep moving. Okay, so moving into how I feel about braces. How I feel about braces. What I think I learned, and etc., like just my take on braces and how I feel about them. So to be honest, I think braces are beautiful. Like, I just think they're so cute, and every time I see somebody with some braces, I just was like, oh my god, I really want mine. Like, I just think braces is so cool. And I didn't know what to expect going in getting braces. I didn't know if there was going to be some sedation that needed to be done. I didn't know if I had to get a shot in my mouth, and I hate shots. So I didn't know if I was going to have to get like a shot in my gum to numb while I got my braces. And when I got in there, y'all, it was none of that, okay? I didn't have to get any type of shot. I didn't have to be sedated, anything. I was wide awake. Everything was good. Now, the only thing that I'm going to say made me feel uncomfortable is when they're trying to keep your mouth open, because you have to keep your teeth dry during that process. And you know that our mouth, we salivate or whatever, so we can keep our mouth moisturized and keep it from drying out. But your mouth is going to keep trying to produce liquid, you know, so it won't dry out. So it's kind of uncomfortable when they put these things in your mouth to keep your jaws open like this, and that can kind of hurt the back of your mouth. And so they try to keep your teeth open, so you like this, and then they put something in the middle of your tongue, and you have to bite down on it so you won't accidentally bite them while they're working in your mouth, and to also help with keeping your lips off of your teeth, because like I said, it has to be dry. That's the only way it works, and if you don't give it enough time to dry, then they can fall off. So I think that was one of the most uncomfortable parts about it all, was the actual process of getting it put on. And it was just uncomfortable. That's all it was. Like, my mouth was so dry. I was like, I need to swallow. At one point I had to, you know, I don't know, I had to just talk to myself like, just breathe through your nose, because I don't know, sometimes I get used to breathing through my mouth, and now I can breathe through my mouth. So it's like, breathe through your nose, you know. And on top of that, my mouth is dry, bro. Like, so it was just, you know, I had to write her a letter like, I need to swallow. And she was like, okay, try to swallow. And I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't swallow with this in my mouth like this. So I just had to bear through it and get it done. So after that, they came in, they put the wires, the actual orthodontist herself, she came in and finally put the wires on, you know, cut the wire and everything to make sure that it wasn't poking me in the back of my mouth. And everything was okay from there. I got up. I wanted to make another payment, even though it wasn't time to. I just wanted to stay on top of it, so I just made another payment. My payments, like I said, is about $137 for 2 years, but I already paid $170. I paid $170 that day. So when I got home, you know, they let you know, they give you a pamphlet and they let you know, hey, do not eat, drink, do any of this like up front. For, you know, try to give it a minute. You got, it's a real big adjustment. And I was good. The first night I was good. You know, I was like, oh my God, it didn't hurt. I was walking around. I was, you know, everything was everything. Like, yeah, it was funny trying to adjust to it because my lips have to sit like on top of it. But it was cool. Everything felt cool. I was happy, right? Now, the next morning, when I woke up, I actually kind of woke up throughout the night because I started feeling this pressure. And when I woke up that morning, I was just like, oh my God, this actually, I'm not gonna say it hurt, but it was definitely an uncomfortable sensation that caused me to like want to take a pain med, even though it wasn't pain. It was just uncomfortableness, and I didn't want to feel it. And that's because, of course, the wires are on, and you may not have felt it when they first put it on, that it was already trying to inch your teeth together. But for sure, Lordy, the next morning it was just like, ugh. Okay. And to be honest, that feeling lasted for about, I'm gonna say 2 weeks. And not even just the feeling, but even trying to eat and eat something was just difficult. I have videos of me like just breaking something apart because I couldn't just bite into it. My teeth were so sensitive that I couldn't just bite into a french fry. Although that's like soft, it's not even hard. It's like, no, I couldn't. When my front teeth bite with anything, I had to break everything that I was eating and put it in my mouth and try to put it to the back of my mouth so I could chew with my molars instead of with any teeth towards the front because it was just so sensitive. Okay, so other than the sensitivity, the uncomfortableness at the appointment, the uncomfortableness after I woke up with the braces, and just learning how to readjust with food and things like that, one of my biggest concerns was I didn't want my braces to like be cut in my mouth. I didn't want my lips to get caught in the little brackets and anything. And although that hasn't happened yet, thank God, I pray that it does not. I don't know if anyone else has ever experienced that, but I haven't thus far, so I'm happy about that. But other than that, y'all, it's been, I think, almost going on a month now that I have my top braces done. So I'm definitely happy about that. I'm just so excited. I love them. And I don't know if you all can see for real, but I just love them. And I can't wait to get the bottoms. So when I get the bottoms, I'll come back and do like a 6-month update on my braces or something like that. And if you all want to know any more questions, just leave them in the comments. But I think that's all that I just wanted to share about the braces. Just don't let nobody play with you. Your dentist being one of those people, because the orthodontists, they don't really, they get this done, we could take you. So it's really your dentist. Just make sure that they're not playing with you. Make sure it's what you want. Make sure you know who you are. Okay, because had I got Invisalign and I've been sitting over here, I wouldn't even have had them in right now. Okay, you gotta be real particular on what you know that you can handle and what you know you can't. I know that I am not good at keeping up with no Invisalign thing, bringing it with me when I travel, wearing it, just deliberately putting myself in pain. That wasn't gonna work for me. I needed something that I can't take off and it's there. Okay, so and then make sure that if you have any benefits or any insurance, Look into HFA cards if they offer them at your workspace. Y'all, they are so handy. They come in handy so much. Like, I haven't have to come out of my pocket for any medical expenses, dental expenses, any expenses related to health since I had my HFA card. So just look into it, see if your job has them. But if not, then, you know, $137 a month is not too bad, depending on, you know, where you are in your life and what you have going on. But if it's something that you want to also look into the future, I definitely recommend it. And I just stick around so we can see how this all pans out, you know. So this is kind of where I'm at now, you know. And like I said, my bottoms will be on the 19th, so that's a Thursday. So I get my bottoms put on January 19th. So yep, in about 2 weeks. So yep. So thank y'all so much for tuning in to another video. Be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe, y'all. It's so important. It helps me out so much. And I look forward to giving y'all an update in the future. And I look forward to y'all coming on this journey, y'all. It's been 30 years, going on 30 years. I'm gonna be 30, but it's been going on 30 years since I've had a gap in my mouth. So seeing this transformation happen, I am so excited. I'm beautiful right now with the gap, but I just know I'm gonna be even more beautiful once, you know, my teeth is just closed and perfect and shaped. And I am excited. That's all I can say. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. And if you're in the Charlotte area, my dentist is my dentist is Philip. I'll put his information down below. And my orthodontist is Mayo Orthodontist, and they're black owned. My dentist is as well. They're both black owned businesses. So I will put them down below if you're in Charlotte and you're looking for an orthodontist or a dentist. So bye, y'all. Look what you did, kid.